What's good, everybody? It's your boy spacecitysteve. Look, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right here so you don't miss out on any 7th Hour productions. Hit that subscribe button right here. And remember, it ain't but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th Hour, baby. Let's go. Victor Wembanyama dominates the Oklahoma City Thunder in a thrilling Western Conference Finals Game 1. The San Antonio Spurs phenom exploded for 41 points, 24 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks in a 122-115 double overtime victory over OKC. The 22-year-old delivered a historic performance, including a clutch deep three to force a second overtime, helping the young Spurs steal the road win in an instant classic. Dude, honestly, I think that we are in for a treat when it comes to the Western Conference Finals, because this series is going to determine who the winner of the NBA Finals is going to be. I've said it in my video before that these two teams are playing at a level that we have never seen any teams play at. Like, we're literally seeing the passing of the torch, and it's happening between these two teams. We were hoping for, especially me being a Lakers fan, for LeBron to end off with a ring and kind of walk off into glory with a ring, or for Steph Curry to get a ring before he retires. And I don't think that's just going to happen. There's a scenario in which LeBron teams up with Steph, and hey, can we figure out a way to get KD there too? And let's all get to the Golden State with Draymond, and let's figure something out. Especially that Bron's a free agent, so that could happen. Now, that might be, but look, that wouldn't even be enough, man. I was trying to figure out a way in my mind to paint the picture of a scenario in which that happens, and I just can't see it, because when you look at these two teams, first and foremost, let's talk about OKC. I mean, on the night that shaigilgeousalexander gets his MVP award, Wemby sitting there watching this happen, and we know how Wemby gets about that kind of thing. I mean, think about Chet Holmgren winning whatever the heck he won over Wemby, and you see Wemby on the side just cutting his jersey up. He's a freak. So you see him there on that night where SGA gets his award. Wemby goes in there and dominates. I am huge on knowing when these moments occur that these players or people have the opportunity to rise to another level. And that's what I'm saying. This is a different level. I mean, I was watching this, I'm thinking, okay, right, if SGA's for real like that, he's going to score a bucket, right? You got to score a bucket here. You got to answer. You got to save your team. And he would do it again and again and again. I got to respect to SGA. I give him a lot of flack for the way he plays and how he baits for fouls. I hate that. Running, and instead of trying to score, you're trying to throw yourself onto somebody to get a foul instead of score. Well, look, when the going gets tough, one thing you can say about SGA is that he knows how to score. Now, that's the whole thing about SGA, is that, look, you got to respect his ability to manipulate the game. Like, everyone can do it, so why not? Why not do it? He's just the best at it. But tying it all together, there were these moments SJ's got to do it, and he was doing it. Ethical ball. I mean, we were watching ethical ball, but the best level of it. This is the best. These are the best in the world. Funny enough, you got France and Canada as the two main stars going at it. No USA player. Insane, by the way. But it was such a treat to watch this game. I mean, back and forth, SGA responding with ethical ball. And then I would think, okay, Wemby, look, they call you the alien. They said it's your time. They say, are you really gonna shut down OKC's dynasty before it's even fully been able to start? I mean, they won one, but you don't become a dynasty until you win more than one. And sure enough, Wemby would respond. I mean, and the thing, guys, is that these plays that we were looking at were different. They were different. Let me explain how. SGA was dunking. I mean, 2 hands on the rim type of dunk. Then he doesn't do that. Like, to help you guys understand, he doesn't typically dunk like that. Meaning, these players were giving their all, maximum effort. I mean, doing highlight moments, out of character moments, or like, you see Wemby doing a pull-up 3 from the logo. I mean, that was incredible. To have your 7'5", 7'5", 7'6", however tall that dude is, pull up, that's just unusual. Because then what's the deficiency in your game? If you're going to hit those kinds of threes, but then you see in a different play, Wemby go from the three-pointer, take one step from the three-pointer all the way to under the basket, and then just dunk it. But like with authority, left and right. But then SGA, it was just left and right, magical moments. This series, is incredible. So I think about it, and I think that there are no other teams that are capable of rising to this occasion. And for the first time, I saw something that I have never seen from OKC, from this OKC team. And what I saw was that they were fighting hard. What happened to them in game 1 of the Western Conference Finals is what they do to pretty much every other team. And that is, we are just going to beat you off. We're just better than you. And you'll see some teams pull up masterful performances against them, and they're kind of like going at 50%, 60%, 80%, not 100, not even 110. But we saw for the first time the Thunder lose a game that they looked like, they had magical performances and they still lost. Meanwhile, the Spurs played a game that we all said they could play better though. That is impressive. Because you think about the turnovers that they had, it was just bad. They were a young team. I think about the point guard, I think his name is Dylan Harper. And there was a lot of moments there, and credit to him for still scoring, but there was a moment there where he's dribbling the ball, and the defense that's being played is like, we're watching an anime happen right now, guys. It's insane. He's getting attacked, and he's losing the ball, and he's jumping, and he's trying to, and it's just, what do you do? Like, relax, just calm down, walk it slowly. If they're pressuring you, just kind of protect it, pass it up, give it to Wemby. He's on the team, don't worry about it. And then the turnovers after turnover after turnover, and I'm thinking, dude, they're capable of another year, and they still beat OKC on the night of SGA's MVP ceremony. They swept the Lakers. I think they swept Phoenix. So they were on an 8-game win streak, not counting whatever they were just coming off of in the regular season. I'm sure great. So that was a massive statement game. Now, the thing about the Spurs that are scary is that they don't give a damn about nothing. You see Stephon Castle say, yeah. It's not so surprising when you got the best player in the world. You know what that's saying? I don't give a damn about y'all's MVP. We don't care about none of that over here. We know what we got in our locker room, and that's what we're confident on. And I love that energy. I love that attitude. And by the way, I want to talk about Victor Wembanyama's stance about crying. I saw this post about him, or this interview clip of him being asked about him expressing his emotions and like being okay about showing himself cry. He was crying after a win that he was happy about, and he said, "I feel like it's okay for us to be able to cry. I don't see the issue in it. I don't see the problem at all." And I think those are like those random stereotypes that are just placed on us, right? Like just to make us feel uncomfortable with crying when it should be an emotion that we should feel comfortable to express. So I just don't agree with that overall sentiment, is what he was saying. Which is why I'm able to cry, he said, and I love that. I love Victor Wembanyama for the league, and I think he's going to be the new face of the league because he's the full package. For one, on the other side of that crying topic, he's incredibly tough and competitive and like a fighter. Think about Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett was a player that was, if you try to go up in this lane, mother F, try me again, boy. Like, say that with your chest then. If you're going to sit there and say something aggressive. Like, he was like that kind of player. Wemby's got that kind of player. He was working with Kevin Garnett in the offseason. He went to go train with the Monks this last offseason, then went to go hang out with Kevin Garnett. Polar opposites. But Wemby's got he's got that same competitive spirit like a Garnett, but then he's got that same ability to say like, well, you know what? I'm going to cry after we win a game that's a regular season game, not playoffs. Like, I'm going to cry because it's impactful and it means something. We're human. We express and we feel. And I think that's okay. And I love that. I love that about him. I love how going into the All-Star game, he says, I don't care about what nobody else is doing. I'm there to compete and I'm there to win it. And he was blocking shots and he was doing that, because the whole complaint about the All-Star game recently has been that everybody's just kind of going half-assed and we don't get really a good show, a good competition, a good game. And Wemby's changing that, and I love that. And the beautiful thing about it is that he's got the skill set to back that up. Because if you're not a good player, if you don't put up 41 points, 20 rebounds in 2 overtimes against OKC and win on the night of the 2-time MVP, the back-to-back MVP, if you don't do what you did versus that team, then quiet down, all the extra antics, stop all of the whatever. Like, everyone has less patience for what you do, but he has the incredible talent to back these words and these things that he's doing. For example, Shaq, my favorite big man of all time, the most dominant big man of all time, Shaq Diesel. Not an answer for him. Shaq, alongside every Wemby hater that you can hear, if you want to identify them, this is what they sound like. I just don't like how he's always trying to dribble and shoot. Like, bro, you're a big. Get down there and dunk him, bro. You're 7'5". Right? That's what the haters sound like. Why? Because for some reason we want to define how he should be playing. Well, everyone was saying that. By the way, Shaq has given Wemby the endorsement of the best big man of all time ever created. Well, he's got to put the work together and accrue the championships and the MVPs and stuff. He's got to do the work, but the best ever created. So that's a huge endorsement. So I want to say a lot of love for Shaq, but everyone was wanting to say how Wemby should be playing and how he shouldn't be dribbling. Wow, you're a big man. It's like, bro, stop that. He has the skill set of a guard, and he was working with Jamal. Was he working with Jamal Crawford? I'm pretty sure Wembanyama was working with Jamal Crawford in one of his off-season camps, which is insane to work with the groups of people that he's been working with. But we're seeing Wemby blossom. Like, I love that he's so true to himself that he didn't let the outside noise get to him, because we're seeing him being able to dribble and do a pull-up three to send it into the second overtime. And you're down 3 when he shot that 2. You gotta be a bad dude to take that shot. Then make it insane. And so I love it. I love Wemby for the face of the league, because he's got the intense competitiveness to bring it back even to the All-Star game. I don't care about all you other stars that don't want to compete in this game. That's good for y'all. Then get embarrassed by my blocks, because that's what's going to happen to y'all. I love that type of competition. But I love the sense of your human nature and being able to cry and being okay with that and showing that. I also love the effect that that's having on the rest of the league. We have seen this year more than any other year current NBA players at playoff games that they are not in, and they are attending as fans, attending in the stands, on the sidelines, in the suites. And they're facing a lot of criticism from ex-players for that as well, saying that's not in the spirit of competition. And you know that I am the kind of person that loves competition. That's why I love sports. That's why I love to play video games. That's why I love that. I love to see excellent people compete and all that stuff, right? And so I feel like you would think that'd be something I would agree with these people on about. Bro, you're an NBA player. Bro, you should be in that game. Get in that game yourself, bro. Don't go watch that. But I, for some reason, don't feel that way about it. I see these players, the way they're embracing each other, the way they're competing, and it seems like good competition, but they're embracing their skin. You look at Jared McCain with his crazy dances and his painted fingernails. You think about Caleb Williams. We're talking about NFL earlier. And then you see Wemby crying, but then you see these players coming to the game supporting each other. And I think that it's wonderful, bro. It's wonderful. The NBA is in a healthy spot. This is awesome. Any sort of negative talk about any of these things that I was mentioning, that's the old regime. They're going away, bro. Like we're not in that. We're seeing a different NBA. And it's exciting, dude. I'm excited about it. So going back to the series and Wemby and all that, it's exciting, man. It's exciting. And actually, like, going back to Shaq even, and his endorsement of Wemby, let me actually put that video up real quick. Okay, so this is Shaq on Victor Wembanyama.
I mean, I said this to you and the guy. I think Wemby is the first perfect big man that's ever created. Can shoot free throws, play defense, play offense. He's a great team player. I'm happy for the Spurs. I'm happy for Wendy, and for me, in a long time, he's a joy to watch.
Shaq has given the endorsement to Victor Wembanyama, saying he is the first perfect big man to ever be created. He can shoot, he can block, he can defend. And then he later goes on to say that he doesn't usually like all the shooting and all the extra stuff that big men do, but that for Victor Wembanyama, like, you got it. You can do that. And I love that so much, dude. Like, that is cool. And coming from Shaq, Shaq has been known to go after big men. I mean, whenever I think Wemby won an MVP. When Joker won an MVP, I think he told him, "Hey, you all, I should have gone to someone else, but whatever." And then ends up asking a question. This was like in a post game interview, which I thought, like, damn, that was rude as hell. It was very documented. Dwight Howard was a big man that was coming after Shaq, as in he was in the league after Shaq. And he was real critical about him. So anytime he sees that a player has potential, he is hard on them, because he talks about that's how it was for him. His dad he called his dad General. His dad was like a military man, was very hard on him. And then he got that kind of treatment when he came in. When Shaq was coming to the league, I think it was Wilt Chamberlain, or I don't know who it was, that was being difficult to Shaq. And that Shaq saw it as a challenge and said, okay, that he wanted to crash out and be tough about it, but that his mom said, look, son, if they're saying something, there's got to be truth in it. And they must see it. They are seeing something in you, and they're saying this is what you need to do to get to that better part of you. And so Shaq doesn't do it out of hate, although sometimes can come across that way big time, or his timing could be pretty rough. But Shaq doesn't give his blessing to many folks. So Shaq giving his blessing to Victor Wembanyama is cool to see, bro. And especially him being my favorite big man, it's put me on watch on Wemby. And Wemby, look, Wemby doesn't need Shaq's endorsement for what Wemby's about to do in this league and in his career, because Wemby's numbers and his performances are speaking for themselves. So NBA fans, if your team just got knocked out of the playoffs, or if you haven't watched basketball in a while and you're a fan of the old game, this series, Western Conference Finals, is the series to watch to get you back into the beautiful game of basketball, because we're seeing it on a level that we can't see otherwise. This that we're seeing are two anime characters clashing and fighting with different power-ups and level ups. I need someone to make that a video, bro. Have like Wemby being a tall, slender dude that's capable of like icy fast movements with dunks and crazy stuff, and have SGA be like a dude that has like a bag and comes out with different, like kind of like a Pokemon / Green Goblin type of deal, hits you with the crazy glitch type of move. Like, I don't know, dude, because these two teams look, it's a joy. It's going to be a joy to watch. I mean, I'm excited for the Knicks and the Cavaliers, but I mean, dude, in reality, what we're seeing over here is show time. So get your buckets of popcorn out, get your sodas filled up, and put your seatbelts on, ladies and gentlemen, because it's about to be a show. I believe that art lives within every soul, within you, and it's not just what you create, it's who you are. SEVENTHAURA exists to affirm that truth, to remind you and the world to embrace your inner creativity and to pursue your one wild and precious life. Every piece we make is an invitation that becomes a declaration of one simple truth: you are art. Head to SEVENTHAURA.com and explore the collection today, because you are the art that the world needs.